Life right now is really demoralizing. From things like environmental disaster to political collapses, it is really easy to list off why life is bad and not be wrong. The future is grim for reasons we cannot control. I know we already have a plethora of motivational content online, but I'm not gonna lie, Chief. Some of their messaging is highly concerning if you take a moment to listen past the inspirational soundtrack. If you want to soar, you gotta be okay to drown. Don't listen to anybody who tells you you can't do something. Ignore all reasonable concerns and pursue your 4 a.m. half-baked dreams. Burn your boats like Hannibal. Throw away all your safety nets and go full force into the new. Screw authority and all current positions of power. Be proud and rise above them all. Find a guy named Kyle who will enable all your bad habits and tell you that you're good with women. I have a bad relationship with my father. My name's Kyle. He never told me he was proud and it shows. Buy my merch. Today! Hashtag yikes. Additionally, if the messaging is in a string of concerning sentences, rarely do I find these videos actually giving any actionable advice for those who want to truly self-motivate. In some cases, that's fine if you just need like a main character montage moment, but if you really want to find continuous motivation in your life, well, that needs to come from you. It's your life, boo. What you want must come from you. And as somebody who became known as the aggressive, affectionate hype man for a day, I think I'm barely qualified to throw my hat into the ring on this matter. So here's the practice I did to self-motivate and figure out what I wanted to do in my life. I figured out my perfect day. When I was younger, I was lucky enough to be sat down by somebody who cared about me. They asked a particular question that I'm going to ask you now. What is your perfect day? This is the day that once you lived it, you know you've made it. You know everything up to now was worth it. Some people have bucket lists which act similarly in the case of motivators and reminders, but I think you can learn a lot more about yourself and your life with this question. Now, don't get me wrong. Having a bucket list can give you direction, but rarely does it reveal what overarching purpose or calling drives you. And truthfully, these lists can become so long and ambitious that they themselves become wishful thinking. My bucket list is one of those unreasonable ones. Having goals such as travel the world, publish numerous book series, make at least one video game, learn 3 languages, and so forth. In my heart, I know I won't be able to accomplish all these things, and that knowledge sometimes threatens to break me. And on my worst days, it almost does. But I don't, because I have a day I can see from morning to end, which make continuing worth it. A day is easy to imagine. It's easier to ground in reality and sometimes expectations, because we experience a day, well, every day. The scope of what we can imagine accomplishing is limited to those 24 hours. And this restriction actually makes it feel tangible because there's only so much you can do in said 24 hours. It feels reachable. So humor me for a little bit and take out a piece of paper, a napkin, or anything you feel comfortable writing on before continuing on with this video. This will be your first draft and it doesn't have to be pretty, just truthful. I find it important to explicitly write out anything that matters to us, from a simple ambition to this perfect day, because it means some portion of what we want will exist in reality. No matter how poorly written or scrappy the writing is, it does not diminish the fact you brought a portion of your dream into existence. And nothing can take away this truth from you because you can physically see it. Alright, you got your writing utensil and surface? Let's get started. My first suggestion, structure your day like a series of moments with no absolute timestamps. Keep true specifics vague and hinting, like a watercolor painting with a strong silhouette. Think a rose, where you can't tell every petal apart, but you know it's still a rose even 20 feet away. Let's get started with your morning. How do you want to wake up? Do you want to wake up to the sounds of a city or something like the chirping of birds out in the woods or the crashing of waves? Is it important to wake up in someone's arms, to a furry friend, and so forth? Establish what you want your daily environment to be. This day should not be a vacation where you wake up in a country you always wanted to visit, or whatnot, because we're trying to figure out where in life you want to be. I think everybody wants to be on vacation if given the chance. Now, if you want to live in a different country and wake up to, for example, Japanese cherry blossoms, that's a different matter. Because you want your life to be in this country, not to escape your life by visiting said nation. For me, I realized I didn't need to wake up being somebody's little spoon or big spoon for that matter. What mattered to me was that I owned the home I woke up in. I can't do pure rural. I will inevitably get into a physical altercation with that one nosy neighbor, and the city life will be draining over time. I want to wake up somewhere where I can walk to a coffee shop but didn't necessarily need everything else at my fingertips. Second, I realized the actual natural biome didn't matter. The ocean, the forests, the desert, I couldn't accept any terrain for my perfect day. I just need to own my own portion of it. Now that you're awake on your perfect day, what is it that makes this day different from all the others in this home of yours? What is the moment of realization or achievement which makes this day the perfect day? It doesn't have to be something drastic like a long-awaited promotion or anything along those lines. If anything, I actually discourage tying an achievement like a promotion to your perfect day because you simply can't control the acknowledgement and goodwill of others. This moment should be something you can control yourself with little reliance on anyone else to achieve it. Whether it's something like finishing your first book or simply being able to order a meal for the first time without worrying about the price. Maybe it's simply being in your living room laughing with the person you realized then and there you want to spend the rest of your life with. For me, it's the day I get to adopt my kid. The ability to finally bring someone home. Yes, I know. I jokingly tell you all not to call me mom, but it is kind of the dream I want. The rest of this day is me trying to give my new kid the first of hopefully many great days. If time permits, I would spend the evening writing my next book or comic or hell, movie script if given the opportunity. There are clearly more details to this day, but I think you get the gist. So write the story beats to your perfect day and be okay with being frustrated if you don't know all the chords to your harmony yet. This is your first draft after all. A question I always ask myself after every draft until I think I got it right was a simple one. It was not an easy one, and that's why I think it's so important to ask after every draft. After living this day, are you happier? Not happy, as the state of happiness is always fleeting and fluctuating, but after this day, can you rest your head that night and say with confidence, I'm happier? Your perfect day shouldn't be your last day. It should be the day you can smile in the mirror and mean it. The unknowns of tomorrow insignificant to the joy of now. If you can figure out such a day, I think you would agree with me that fighting to experience it will make continuing on worth it. Thank you for listening. Amber out. Bye-bye.